The energy of children, the smiles everywhere you look, the enthusiasm of swinging on your favorite swing. It's all part of being a kid, and it's found on playgrounds across the country. But the energy, smiles, and enthusiasm can be brought to a quick end in the blink of an eye. This is just one boy, one tragedy. Each year, over 200,000 children are injured, and too many die as a direct result of playground incidents. You can help lower these statistics because most incidents are preventable. How could this tragedy of a boy chasing a ball, an act that seems to occur on every playground, be prevented? As you'll learn, the ABCs of proper supervision are the keys to keeping a playground safe, so children can do what they do best, and that is play.
We think that play is an essential part of every child's life. In fact, it is through play that children develop physically, socially, emotionally, and intellectually. But what we're trying to do is make sure that adults can help children have positive play experiences.
We understand that not every playground injury can be prevented, but it's estimated that 40% of all playground injuries are caused in part by a lack of supervision. The next time you're supervising children on the playground, remember to practice the ABCs of playground supervision: anticipation, behavior, context. Anticipating potential problems on the playground is a skill you'll need to develop. Before any children enter the playground, acquaint yourself with the area. Know what equipment is appropriate for which ages, and be ready to direct the children to those areas. There should be separate play areas and equipment for children ages 2 to 5 and 5 to 12.
The 2-year-olds, they're still learning, what will happen if they go up the slide the wrong way, the consequences of that. Whereas the 5-year-olds, they have a pretty good idea of, I could fall, just their experience that they've had being out there for, 3 more years.
Kids and weather are rough on playground equipment, so you must inspect the equipment each time you intend to use it. Make sure there's enough surface material. We recommend 12 inches of loose fill material underneath to cushion a fall, especially under climbing equipment, at the bottom of slides, and under swings. Double check to make sure that open S-hooks are fully clamped so that no clothing can get caught in them and cause strangulation. Careful anticipation and elimination of visible hazards will help prevent children from being injured. In this day and age, you must also keep a watchful eye for hazardous materials of all kinds, such as glass, soda tops, and needles. This can be accomplished with a sweep of the area prior to allowing children to play.
Many times on like a playground, what happens overnight with vandalism, you may think it's safe the day before. By the time you get back the next morning, there's things that have happened. So that, to me, is extremely essential step.
One way to prevent injuries is with proper fencing. This provides a defined boundary area for kids and keeps unwanted animals and individuals out of the play area. In our opening example, a simple fence would have prevented the ball from rolling into the street, and that would have saved a life. Another critical component of anticipation is maintaining open sight lines throughout the playground area. This person can only see about half of what is going on the playground. It's important to know ahead of time where to position supervisors in order to provide maximum vision of children on and around the equipment. Supervisors need to clearly see what's going on in order to respond before an incident occurs. When the bell rings, kids will be full of energy. On the playground, they are vigorously running, jumping, and just having fun. But the first few minutes after the bell rings are the most dangerous of all. Most playground injuries occur within the first 5 minutes of playtime.
I think on the playground, children really feel free to express themselves. You know, sometimes in the classroom it's like, okay, we're pretty organized, we're pretty in boxes here, but on the playground it's like the doors open, they run out there and like, yay, I can be me, I can be the kid I want to be. And a lot of kids will test you, you know, especially if you're new.
One important principle to remember is that supervisors should arrive before the children are on the playground. Arriving early allows time for pre-inspection and to be ready the minute the first child arrives. It's now time for the B of the ABCs of proper playground supervision, and that is behavior. But behavior refers to more than kids. It's the actions of adults as well. A supervisor's behavior refers to more than just watching. Active monitoring only can be achieved by movement throughout the playground area. You must be active, move through the playground to be near the children. This nearness will help prevent unwanted behaviors. Your primary responsibility is to monitor the ongoing activity. If you have to interact with others, keep it brief, but continue to scan the playground often. Every 20 seconds is recommended. While moving through the playground, keep an eye out for specific problems, such as the number of children on equipment. Limit the number to the recommendations of playground manufacturers. And make sure no child's clothing will cause any injuries. Strings on hoods could get caught in equipment. Remove any dangling strings that could cause strangulation. And send a note home for the child's parents explaining why strings can be dangerous.
Kids are pretty quick, especially the little ones, at understanding we're doing this because it's something that you need to do because it's safe. And they're really pretty good at buying into that and saying, oh yeah, I remember that.
Unsafe play behaviors lead to more than 50% of all playground injuries. And we know that most of the injuries also happen in the first few minutes. These unsafe behaviors need to be corrected immediately in order to maintain a safe environment. Correcting these behaviors are up to you. Bullying behaviors on the playground require immediate intervention. So what are safe and unsafe behaviors? School administrators, teachers, and supervisors need to establish what behaviors are acceptable and unacceptable. One technique is to have children formulate rules of behavior for the playground. It should be a short list so everyone can remember. No more than 3 rules for preschool-age children and no more than 5 for school-age children.
Girls, what's the rule about using this?
Take turns.
If kids have an input on the rules, they feel they have ownership of them. Okay, we made these rules, so therefore, and a lot of places do that.
Each playground is different and poses different challenges. Therefore, each playground may require a different number of supervisors. It all depends on the environment or context. That is the final part of proper supervision. On any playground, children should be supervised by 2 or more adults. Playground emergencies may require adult attention. While one adult responds, the other should continue to supervise. The ratio of supervisors to children depends on playground blind spots, number of children present, and any special needs of children. There should be no less than the same ratio of adults on the playground as there are inside. 80% of school injuries occur on the playground. Only 10% occur in classrooms. The geography of the area may call for more supervisors. For example, if your line of sight to the playground is blocked, you will need more supervisors. Age is also a factor. Younger children require more supervision than older children. You must develop a supervision plan that fits your specific play environment. Make sure your supervision plan describes who will be responsible for supervising what areas, and the qualifications for the supervisors. The supervision plan should also include procedures to follow in case of an emergency.
Children's safety is our #1 care concern throughout the whole school. You know, kids are here to learn, but they can't learn if they're not in a safe environment.
Proper training is essential for you to fulfill the standard of care necessary to maintain a safe playground environment. All supervisors should have a yearly in-service training session to maintain quality supervision.
It's important for us to make sure that everybody is on the same page of knowing what needs to be done outside. And you know, going over the same things with everybody is really important. What may seem like common sense to one person may not be a common sense thing for somebody else.
The laughter of children can be heard on playgrounds everywhere. It's a place where a kid can escape for hours of fun. But if not properly supervised, children face many risks. Most of the injuries suffered on playgrounds can be prevented. Remember the ABCs of playground supervision: anticipation, behavior, and context. And refer to the accompanying manual for even more information on proper supervision techniques. Working together, we can help our children stay safe. Because safe playground supervision starts with you.
As a result of using the Playground Supervision Kit, we want you to remember the ABCs of supervision. First, anticipate the area and the suitable surfacing that children should be playing on. Second, check the hazards and be sure that they're repaired before the children get out and play on them. In addition, the behavior of the children is important. Take the children to age-appropriate design equipment, those for 2 to 5 or 5 to 12. And last, check the context and be sure the environment is safe so that children can go out and do what they do best, and that's play.